Good evening, everybody. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 15th of March, 2024. Heck of a day. Wow, a lot happened today. Let's talk about what happened today, because if you weren't around today, you probably are way behind on all kinds of stuff that is happening here on the channel. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, I made a big announcement. I am now going to be focusing pretty much solely on trying to beat Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon Infinite Well as my focus here on this channel, so that once those games are completed, we can then focus on other games. They are too lengthy, they're taking too long, and they're driving me nuts. I'm not saying they're bad games. I actually like them both. But the fact that these are lingering playthroughs, and I keep trying to, get into other games or whatever, and then I get pulled in a million directions, and I can't really focus, I'm done with it. Like, I'm putting my foot down and saying, that's enough. No more, oh, are you going to play this game? Are you going to play that game? Play this game, play that game, and then I never finish the games I'm playing. So, that was the huge announcement. In addition, new co-op game announced for between myself and Kat, and we will be starting that up in the next few weeks once time allows, from following up on finishing these two particular RPGs. The other announcement is that I'm strongly considering playing Dragon's Dogma 2 next Friday instead of Rise of the Ronin like I originally had. The general consensus seems to be that most of my viewers want to see me do Dragon's Dogma 2 over Rise of the Ronin. So what I need is your feedback. Please check out the podcast from earlier today. It's a lot of talk about different things, and I really need your help and opinions. But for the most part, expect a lot of schedule changing to be Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon in the next 2 weeks, because I need to try to finish the games. Okay? Then we moved on to the gameplay of Star Wars Battlefront Classics Collection. Wow. In a nutshell, the game's not functional. Okay, you go to play it online, Battlefront 1. You find a server, immediately you're teleporting all over the place. The controls are very, very, wonky and delayed, janky. The gameplay is awful. You try to shoot someone and nothing registers, and then it kind of does later. And sometimes you'll kill someone with a sniping shot, but they don't die right away. Yeah, basically, it's the hit detection's awful, and then sometimes you get super delayed hit detection, meaning no one can really tell what's going on. So everyone just ends up chucking grenades at each other, hoping that things blow up. Half the time, you never see what killed you because you just die, and there's no effect on the screen or any indication of what happened. The game's awful. I played Battlefront 2 instead. We swapped over after the first hour. I would argue the game's a little more playable and functional in Battlefront 2, notably because it's the later game in the series. The maneuverability is a little bit better. There's more variety in the gameplay, but it's still the same problems, the same jankiness, the same literally guy standing right in front of you. You pull out a shotgun and you're firing into his body and nothing is hurting him. He's just invincible. And then he's trying to shoot you and nothing happened. There was entire rooms full of people just strafing, shooting each other, and no one's dying. What am I playing? Why am I playing this? It's not really a game. It's a joke, It's really bad. It sucks because the game should be good. There's no excuse for a game that's already made to play this bad in some kind of a re-release collection. They just didn't put effort in, or had absolutely no idea what they were doing. They're completely inept at their jobs. I have no doubt that likely in the future they'll fix it, but will anyone care by that point? No. Most people are likely going to refund this game and never play it again. I can't refund it because I got it on PS5. So after playing it for 3 hours, 3 hours wasted. I mean, it was a fun romp just to laugh at how bad it was, but that's really one of the worst games I've ever played. Arguably, the only other launches I've seen that were worse were Overwatch 2 and Street Fighter 5, and that's because those were online-only games that literally didn't work at all at launch. At least this one does work. It's just not really functional. So, incredible disappointment there. And then to boot, on top of that, as if that weren't bad enough, all the videos I uploaded to the game got claimed immediately on YouTube for Star Wars music, despite the fact I enabled streamer mode in the game. The game didn't care and played music anyway, and so I make no money on the videos after the fact. So it's just like insult to injury. It's like, you didn't enjoy playing it, the game's not functional, you bought money, you paid money for it, you can't get refunded because you got it on a venue that doesn't refund. And then on top of all of that, you can't even make money on the videos that you made of it. So it's like, wow, thanks a lot, Star Wars. You really boned me here. So then I said to everyone, listen, what we're going to do is, instead of playing any games on Friday night, we're just going to chill. We're going to have a late night chill stream where I'm just going to hang out with everyone for a couple of hours and we're going to talk. We tried this about a month ago at another random stream where this kind of happened, and it worked out well. People liked it. So I said, let's do that again. And some people started complaining. Oh, but you claim you're backlogged on RPGs. Why not just do a random RPG night? because that's not what people want. You know, when you see an ongoing RPG stream, you want to stay in the know and you want to know when they're going to be, so you can attend every single stream, not be late, and not miss out on an ongoing narrative. This is not just like a random multiplayer stream. It doesn't matter if you watch it or not. When you're watching an RPG stream, you may be following the narrative. For some people, for example, Baldur's Gate 3, I'm in the middle of the House of Hope plotline, and people have been waiting the entire playthrough to see me do this. So why on earth would I then just do a random night stream and do it when half the people can't be there because I changed the schedule on the fly during the day? I feel like that'd be pretty messed up, don't you think? So instead of doing any kind of random RPG at night, I said, let's just do a 2-hour chill stream. So we did. And it went well. Attendance was good. Engagement was good. Support was surprisingly good. Like, no exaggeration. One of the best supported night streams I've had in ages. You know, the YouTube side contributions alone from Super Chats and memberships were tremendous. So thank you to anyone who was there and contributed. And thanks to everyone else who maybe watched the videos on demand after the fact. A wide variety of topics were discussed. So wide, I don't even really want to go over. I mean, it was 2 hours of open conversation that went really well. So I hope you enjoyed those videos. And now, tomorrow, it begins. The big push. So let's go through the schedule for the week. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 16th. Baldur's Gate 3. Pushing forward through House of Hope and further plot lines. Likely, I'm probably going to do where you fight the Ball followers, rescue Lae'zel, because I think Lae'zel is needed for like the next leg of the Githyanki quest after you get to Hammer at House of Hope. So we'll probably do that next, and then continue on there. And tomorrow night, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, continuing on in Chapter 10, story advancement. Not going to focus too much on side stuff. I think we're going to push the story as much as we can in the next several streams. Okay. Sunday is React Day, meaning DSP versus the internet on DSP React. Retro React Heavy Rain on DSP Throwback. We are 2 streams away from finishing Heavy Rain. So we got Sunday night and one more night and we're done. Monday, Baldur's Gate 3. But sadly, no late stream because I do have to do private React videos. And also I have to work on some behind the scenes stuff for the business. But this will be the last night I have to do that. After that, we're good to go. Tuesday, Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. Wednesday, Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon. That's the week because I need to get as far as I can in these games. And doing that, we're going to have so much gameplay of these games, I think we're going to do really good and get far. Now, this coming Friday, it's either going to be Dragon's Dogma 2 or Rise of the Ronin. Someone had a really interesting idea. They said, if you do Dragon's Dogma 2 on your day off this coming up this week, why don't you download the character creator for the game on your Xbox and have Kat sit down with you and you can create a character. She'll make a character for you that'll be a pawn in your playthrough. How cool would that be to have that character in your playthrough? And I was like, that would be really cool, actually. I like that idea. I ran it by her. She loves it. So if we do decide this week that it'll be Dragon's Dogma 2 instead of Rise of the Ronin, that's what we're going to do. Now, I can only play one of the 2 games. There's absolutely no way I can play both right now. So we got to make that determination during the week, which one I'm absolutely playing on Friday. Make massive progress in the games I'm playing now. I know we're not going to finish them by Friday, but what we'll do is on that Friday, 1 week from today, so that'll be what, the 22nd of March, we will focus on the new game all day, whatever new game I pick. And then for the rest of the week, go back to Baldur's Gate 3 and Like a Dragon and focus on finishing them. And hopefully by the end of next week, we will be wrapping up those games. And then we can solely focus on the new game that I selected and go from there. Fair enough? I hope so. I want to do the right thing, but I can't have these lingering playthroughs. They're killing me. So that's why we're doing this. Okay? For the full explanation, check out the podcast. But I wish you all a very good night. Thank you all for tuning into my stuff. I appreciate you hanging in there the last 2 months. Now it's the home stretch of these games so we can move on to fresh stuff. And I hope that you're happy about that. Thank you all. I'll see you in the morning for the podcast and for Baldur's Gate 3, some of the best content in the game supposedly coming up. Have a good night, everyone. See you in the morning. Peace out.